You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature. Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop, and today I'm going to do the Play-Doh printer. Now, I showed this to you in a previous video. It was the SpongeBob Bikini Bottom Play-Doh set, and I showed this also with the sizzling skillet. But this one seemed to get more votes. Now, don't worry, for those of you that want to see the sizzling skillet, I will do that one next, and I'll do it quickly, probably in the next week or so. And this is from Kenner, ages 5+. Now, it is an older set. Let me see, the exact year is 1994, Tonka Corporation. And then here's the side. It shows you all the things you get. The printer, the spatula, the stencils, paper, 2 pots of Play-Doh, and then instruction leaflet or booklet. And that looks like a repeat on that side. And here's the back where we can actually read something and check this out. Let's see. Your pots of dough. We have supplied 2 colors in handy resealable pots to keep your dough soft. And then mixing colors. Create more exciting colors by blending your dough together. Here we go. Play-Doh printer. Use the Play-Doh printer to create your own greeting cards or pictures to send to your friends and family. By using the many stencils, you can make your own Play-Doh art gallery. Okay? Handy hints for the Play-Doh printer. Select your paper and stencil. Position your measured dough. Sweep down handle to base and return. Move stencil to reveal picture. All right? How your Play-Doh printer works. This is important. It's got little pictures down there. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer for you to read it with me. I'm not sure if anybody reads along or they just listen. Here we go. The Play-Doh printer is an exciting new way of creating your very own Play-Doh pictures. Simply choose your favorite colored piece of paper from the pad and place onto the printer. Select a stencil and place this on top of the paper. Fill the measuring slot at the base of the printer with the Play-Doh, removing any spare dough with the spatula. Take the measured amount of Play-Doh and place at the top of the printer above the stencil. Carefully and slowly pull the handle down and then back again. Remove the stencil from the printer and peel the paper away to reveal the Play-Doh picture. Now that looks interesting, doesn't it? Alright, so what I'm going to do, I am going to come back and I will open the box with you and then take all the pieces out and we'll check it out. Alright, here we go. Still sealed from 1994. Amazing. Now I'm pretty sure the Play-Doh will be messed up. It's a pretty big base, look at that. And there's nice selection of pieces for me to put together. Look, these are still unused in the box. Then there's some rubber feet. Well, let me know in the comments, do you like when I open it up like that for the first time, or would you rather just see it set up? Maybe I'll put that in the polls section and you can say yes or no. Alright, so there's lots of stuff here. Well, let's see. Let's just isolate some things. There's some, like a brochure, a color one. How to use? I don't know. That is cool. Look at the drawings on that. Yeah, different sets back from 1994. That's really neat. Just imagine. And then a calendar. Keep your special days on your very own Play-Doh calendar. Okay, the tokens I saw in the box. So you got tokens on like a proof of purchase on the bottom. Then here's the notepad. Now I was thinking this would be bigger, but that's probably going to fit the piece of paper in there. Some more pieces I need to work on. This is your... these came off. This is probably where you spread. And then, oh, there's the Play-Doh. You could tell right away the yellow and the red are definitely not usable. And I will show you here, for everybody that wonders why I don't use Play-Doh like this. Can it be reconstituted? I'm not sure yet. One of those promises that I made that I'll get to at some point. And then here's this one. Hard as a rock and dry. So I'll bring in some fresh Play-Doh. And then let's check these out for my cards. Some you could tell, some hard like balloons, a skateboarder, some kind of sea creature. Is that like a person with a microphone? I'm not sure. And then a tiger, and then a dinosaur, a sailboat, Ooh, what's this one? Some kind of bird, or maybe a bird. Butterflies. And then that thing, whatever that thing is. Alright, so now we've seen everything. I'll come back now. I'll read over the instructions real quick here. Isolate all the pieces and then start from the assembly part, alright? So I'll be right back. Alright, so here we go. Preparation is the first step. Actually, it says preparation, but they show it all together. So, first things first, 4 rubber feet as your runners. It says 4 rubber feet on a runner. Okay, on a runner, not as your runner. So these go on the bottom. So cut them off. Let's do that. One. Oops. And here again, this will be part of the poll. I'm going to put a poll. Do you want me to just set this all up and not go through all these steps? I know it's going to make for a shorter video. Tell me what you think. Two. 3. But you know me, I've never been one to make a shorter video. Even though the pressure's around you and everybody's saying you should make shorter videos. Okay, that helps. Alright, step 2. Put the squeegee part and one end piece on. Let me get these out. I'm going to need these as well. But I'd like to hear from you now anyway. That's out, and then put one piece on. Not sure it matters which is which. Okay, and then this goes in here. Oops, there's a little hole there. That goes in there. And this is your squeegee. This is what you're drawing down onto the Play-Doh, it looks like. And then this locks in now. So let me just see if there's a front way or a right way or a wrong way. Sometimes I have to study. Ooh, how about click that in better? Alright, so I don't think it matters this way or this way. It looks universal. Sorry for the squeaky. There we go. Alright. Well, yeah, it is tight, so we'll have to lock this one in now. Once it's in, I think I'm stuck. Okay. Alright, I'll have to figure that out. Looks like it's set. This is where your little tool goes for this, and this is where you're gonna put your Play-Doh. And the only thing I need to do is get these out, and they all store in here. So now I will come back and we will get started officially. I do like to get all the little scraps and pieces, so when I stop, a lot of times it's for me to just take a mental break, which is good when you're making videos sometimes, to take a little break, collect your thoughts, and you know, get yourself ready for the next stage of the video. There are videos where I go all the way through without stopping. That's one like this. I think I need a little bit more thinking time. Plus, I'll just go over the instructions. Alright. Because the next step now, that looks like we're set. All those are in, is step 5. Putting a piece of paper here and then going from there. So I'll come back with some fresh Play-Doh and I will get started with you. Alright, I am set, and I just wanted to show you this extra little piece of pamphlet that came with this. It says if you have inadvertently snapped both end caps, which were these, before putting it on this, then flip it over and remove it from these tabs, and I guess then you can slide it out. And then here's the Play-Doh I'm going to use. I got this secondhand for $1.99. Anytime I see Play-Doh for $1.99, especially in the big 4-packs, I usually buy it. Because it comes in handy when you make Play-Doh videos, right? Alright, here we go. Now this is older too. I just noticed this Play-Doh, even being in the pack like this, was from 2010. So it's still 6-year-old Play-Doh. It should be okay though, because these usually seal better, nice and soft. Let's get this one out. I want to start squishing it. I'm assuming now the consistency needs to be just right for this. Alright. Now, it said, take a piece of paper. Alright, I'm just going to start with the first piece of paper. Put it on the set there. And snap with the securing holes. So I'm assuming now it goes this way and then this snaps in and then locks in. So the Play-Doh fills this area, and then let's see. You're filling it in here. Let's see how much. It just says dough. Fill the dough cavity with some dough and remove the excess with the spatula. Okay. Dough cavity. All right, I'd say I got that pretty good. And then pull the squeegee handle down firmly and slowly sweeping over the stencil all the way to the bottom until it clicks. The dough may look slightly untidy, but this is normal and will become smooth when you sweep the handle back over. So now I need to get the dough into the printing area, which is up here. Okay, there's the printing area. And now we'll see if this works. And they show it being pushed down, actually. So let's push it down. I have no idea what's going to happen. It might take a few tries. I don't know. This is attempt number 1. Okay, let's see. Remove the measured dough from the cavity and place it at the top of the printing area. Press the dough firmly down to the arrow markers on the stencil. Okay. See, I didn't see that. They're down here. I guess they want it pretty flat all the way down. Firmly down, it said. Okay, there's attempt number 1. I think we're pretty close there. Pull the squeegee handle down firmly and slowly, sweeping over the stencil all the way to the bottom until it clicks. The dough may look slightly untidy, but this is normal. It becomes smooth when you sweep the handle back. Okay, so here we go. First attempt. Firmly and untidy. Yes, it does look firmly and untidy. There we go. Till it clicks. That's what it said. Okay. All right, that didn't work too good. Let's push it back up. And let's put this back down again one more time. I guess this is part of learning. I'm thinking maybe it should be even flatter. And that initial amount needs to be pretty flat. Ooh, a little too far over the line there. Let's try it again. Ooh, that was a little better. And look, you hold it back here probably to help. I didn't get the good click though. Okay, but that looks a little better, doesn't it? Let me tell you what. I gotta make a quick cleanup here. Fix on my camera actually. And it looks like I'm running out of space on my card, which doesn't happen often. I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. And I'm just gonna take this one out and we'll see. Maybe, you know, could have a lot to do with the Play-Doh itself, you know. All right, let's just see what we have. Take this out, it says. Remove the stencil and paper from printer. Peel the paper from the stencil to reveal the image. All right, let's see if we have an image. Oh, as I drop it. Well, it worked. I would say it worked pretty good, actually. A few things need to be filled in, so let's set that one aside. I'm not sure how you're supposed to clean this up or, you know, where it's at. There's a bunch stuck under here. It's in here. It doesn't look like it's easy to clean out. And I gotta follow those clicks. Let me do another one here and pay attention more to the clicks. Ooh, that popped out. Ooh, that might be good. Even though it's not supposed to pop out, I might be able to clean this better with this coming off. Let's see. Nah, it wants to stay in. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's try this again. Yeah, it locks in when it hits this piece here. That's why you get that click. All right, here we go. I know it's looking crazy here. Feeling crazy. All right, let's do another one. I'm going to warm this up just a little bit in my hands to kind of soften and see if maybe that's part of it. Let's get a piece of paper. I don't want to use the pink paper because it'll be hard to see my design. So I'm going to take another of the lighter ones. Okay. So as I use a stencil, I will leave it out. These I don't really need. I just put them in there because I like looking at the older cans. Let's try this. This was the person with a microphone, I believe. Okay, locked in. This time I'm going to warm it up just a little. Get some more colors out here. Let's do this. Let's color it a little bit differently. I'm going to take a yellow. What's after step 9? Oh, there is a 10. Printing tips. You can spread individual colors directly using this tool. Oh, I get it. Okay, so I can mix it up here. Remove the measuring dough from the dough cavity. Take a ball of dough, press it lightly. Got it. Remove excess dough from the squeegee after each pass and place in the tub. Okay. Clean the printer. Oh, so they do show you cleaning the printer with this little tool. If you run out of paper, you can cut your own, and then how to place it in a card. Okay, so there are little tips. So if I want to put yellow on the stars, I can take this like this and do this. Okay, so now that star has some yellow. That almost seems easier, doesn't it? That worked great. I'll make my stars yellow. But I probably should have done that first. But let's see what happens. I mean, this is part, I guess, of experimenting with something new, something I've never played with before. I don't think many people probably did play with this. Did you have this particular set? Okay. That's going to be a problem when I come back the other direction. But I'm not sure. I mean, even if I did it first and then came back, I would have the other color in there. So let's get this now that it's warmed up. Hold on, I had to add a bigger chunk in there. Pan's warm, making this nice and warm and soft. Okay, that's better. Maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the learning process here. I'll show you the picture. It did say, where did it say? Where did it say? Where did it say? Oh, it says, alternately, you may prefer to use both hands while pulling the squeegee down. You can wedge the printer against your tummy. Okay. That looks like that is a nice amount. I wonder if it has to do with something up here. Let me turn this a little bit closer here and see if we can get this a little bit better. Okay, so there's the line. See this little arrow here and here? That's where they want it to start. But I just want it kind of in the middle. Well, we'll see what happens. It's going to have to go over my stars. So hopefully it doesn't pull that out. You don't really want it near the edge, do you? But I'm guessing this first area here, you want this to be as low as possible, so as it pushes down, it's filling. Push it against your tummy. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. So we'll go from this way. Hopefully my hand doesn't block it. I'll try to keep my hand up. Left hand down, and I'll wait till I get the click. No click. Okay, so that didn't work, but it took all my yellow out like I suspected. All right. Let's try it again. I wonder if it's supposed to go over this edge. Not very clear there. Like if you do this. And I'm pressing down pretty firm. It still wants to come up, sticks to your fingers. All right, let's try this again. Press down. It worked good at the bottom section, but not at the top section. Yep, nope, that one didn't work well either. All right, that one didn't work too good. Probably worse, and it covered up my stars. But let's do this just so I can clean this one out, and I'll do another one for you. See, to me, that almost works better. And easier. Watch. Now let me swoop it down. See if that smooths it. Okay. And then back, cleans it up. Oh. It gets stuck on that one spot there. All right. Now that worked better, and it looks pretty cool. All right, let me peel this one here. The other one just fell right out, didn't it? That's impressive, actually, the way it just came right out. That works pretty good. I think that's really cool. All right, that is number 2. I'll tell you what, though, I'm going to spare you my cleanup. I'm going to clean everything up, switch colors, and maybe warm it up a little bit more before I come back. We'll try it again. Let's keep trying. All right, I am here. I have cleaned up, and it actually came out pretty easy when you remove it from those snaps. And I was able to pull out the mechanism and clean it real good. So basically what's happening is when I come back down, I got to come down a little bit more, and that reverses the piece going up, and then it does the same thing there. So I'm going to put a little bit less in there, I think. I think maybe the reservoir is supposed to be just to the bottom of this. I was looking at it. The picture shows it all the way to the top, but I'm going to do my own thing here. I'm going to go rogue with my Play-Doh. And I'm going to put less at the top. Now, I think it's just going to be like that little strip, even less. So I'm going to remove a little bit, okay? Then I'm going to flatten it. Ooh, I'm going to get a shape in here. And a piece of paper. Now I've got yellow, so I'm going to put it on this pink piece of paper. I wonder how many of these little Play-Doh pads of paper really exist anymore nowadays in the world. Should I not be using it? I don't know. I mean, that's the intention. You know, you can't let all your vintage toys just sit around unplayed. As you can tell, I think I've played with almost every single toy I have. Well, no, you haven't seen a lot. There's still more. But not many like this that are sealed. All my toys are pretty much played with. Okay, it's hard to get this to stay down. And I've been playing with it a little bit. See, that to me now doesn't look like enough, doesn't it? Oh, I need a little bit more. I ripped off a piece there. They show this shaded area as the area where you're supposed to put it down. It sticks to your fingers. Okay, now what I think I'm going to do, now that I have a lot less here. Here we go. New attempt. Pressure down, slide, and then click. Here we go. Pressure down, slide. Click, bring back. Yeah, it didn't stick a lot again either. Let's see, it's all stuck in here now. I think it's that just initial where it's sticking. It's just not wanting to stay. Let's just try it again. This time, I'm gonna spread. I think it was just easier with the spreading tool instead of using this. Okay, let's try this again. Then I'll have to clean up again. Pushing down, looking underneath. It looks like, yeah, I think that's what it is. I think the problem is that it's got to be paper thin. because, click, back. Let me just finish this one up with this and see if I can get this to spread out. If it's not paper thin, it's catching on the front of the roller. I just looked from the angle down here. See the front of the roller? It catches in the wrong spot. Let me see if I can take this out for you here. It popped out easier before. Let's see if it'll pop out now. Now, of course, it doesn't want, oh, there we go. That's all I did. Came out. And I'll show you this mechanism here. I'll slide it out and you can see where all the dough is hiding. See? I think what's happening is it's coming here, it's bunching up and it's getting stuck here on this lip here, and that's what's causing the problem. Let's try it again. That's why they make it so that you can take it off the unit. Because obviously it's happened and they needed to make it so that you can take it out and reset it. Alright, I'm just going to go as thin as I can. Here, I'll measure it one more time. Let's just assume now that this is the chamber side. This is the fill chamber here that they want. Just about that much. Okay. I'm not going to say it's a fail because, I don't know, maybe Play-Doh from 1994 just worked differently than Play-Doh from now. You know? I can get it to work without the tool nicely. But, you know, it just doesn't feel right not doing at least one complete picture with this device. You get the partials, but not the complete one. Okay. That's as thin as I think I can get it. I can see right through it. Here we go. Now let's flip back. Nope, same thing. So let me just wrap this one up here and show you the picture completed. See, that works great. You could fill it all in and have a cool picture. All right, let me get this one off. Clean up a little bit more here. All right, not as clean as the last few, but let's see what it looks like. Not as good as the last few. I could have cleaned that a little bit more, but still, we have a picture with detail. I will come back one more time. I will try it one more time, but I think we still have some cool pictures to look at, so I'll be right back. All right, here we go. I've decided to switch colors. I'm going to add a little bit more Play-Doh. I think this is the amount I'm going to use. I haven't officially decided if it's a total fail because it'll work with just this. And then, you know, maybe Play-Doh back from the 90s is different than Play-Doh from the 2000s. Well, we know that's a fact. I mean, they did change it. So maybe it's not as sticky as you would need it to be, because I really think that, see, this is a rough area here that the Play-Doh should stay there. And then this, if this was rough, it probably would have helped stick it down better. It could be why this is a very hard to find toy. There just wasn't too many of them, or they didn't work like they expected. I have no idea. It's hard to know exactly why you don't see a lot of these. And then I'm going to push it down with my hand first to kind of start flattening it here. It seems to be, might be easier actually. Then I'll lay it down and then I'll try to really press it down up here. How's that? And I'm going to take a little bit off each edge. You know, maybe hitting that edge is a problem. I know that felt like it stuck down. Let me just squish this up here now and really squish it down. Hopefully we get something, then we can say, all right, wasn't too bad. I'll go over that rounded edge just a little, maybe once it gets caught. Okay, now I'd say it feels like it's stuck down. Let's make sure this is the right way. This is the right way. So this is supposed to go over the top and then just put pressure down and squish, but it just doesn't seem to want to do exactly what I want it to do. All right, let's try that now. This could be our best one. Do you want to see it from this angle though? And then you can see what's going on with that squishy tool in there. How's that? Here we go. Okay, so I got a little bit. I got a little. Oh, you're not supposed to pop up. Okay. A little more on that one. But still not what I'm thinking it should be. See how it... Okay, let's fix it though. I think I could fix it with my tool. So that's what I'm going to say. And if you spend a little time with this, I bet you can get this to work great. I wonder if it's giving anybody ideas, though, for a way to use it without this setup. See that? That's a big one. This one's probably going to be hard because the tool isn't wide enough to go over the whole thing. Let me try this way. I'm trying to keep my hand out of the scene here. Okay, a little bit more. All right, so what do you say in the comments? I mean, I might try it a little bit more off camera just to see if maybe I can figure something out, but you know, if it doesn't work right away simply, and I've tried different things, heating the dough in my hand, you know, then there's got to be an ulterior reason why it didn't work. And I think it's the dough, the consistency of the Play-Doh from different years. Okay. All right. Oh, let me fix this one real quick. Make that start a little nicer. So I'll come back now after I get this out. We get all my designs in here. It's still neat to see, isn't it? Watch when you peel this back. It's pretty cool. Because it works great like that. I think that's awesome. Ooh. Without dropping it. I think that's awesome. So I think you're supposed to let this dry. So let me clean this up now. Come back. We'll check out the designs and then see what they say about making it into a card. All right. Well, I decided to try one more thing. Why not just press it all on here and then slide it over and see if that works. And here we go. I have not tried this. So this will be my test and see if it just makes a nice picture. So I'm going to say, now I can tell, that's going to work. Not a perfect fill, but check it out. Everything did fill up. So let me do that one more time. I don't know, you know, if you watch the videos, you know a lot of times I don't give up. Not easily anyway. Let me clean this out. So that's why these videos end up being longer than some people probably like. But I'm cleaning it up one more time. I want to do one more picture now. And I'm just going to confirm the facts now. All right. And I've looked at this very closely. It can only go on one way. It can go on either way, but it's the same setup either direction. But how we put this up here first. Okay, there we go. Okay. Clean this out, and now I'm just going to do another picture. I've shown you quite a few. Haven't shown them all to you, but I'm going to show you another. Let's get one that's a little more detailed here. We'll switch colors again. Let's see. Let's do this dinosaur. Right? There's a lot going on there. Okay, and then I'm going to go with this teal color. And I'll heat it up a little bit. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it again. This is what I did. I just did this. And I just put it on all the different spots. And just spread it around here as opposed to allowing it to move down. So basically, I'm using the little tool method, but with the big tool squeegee. So I'm getting a nice fill here. Make it flat. Okay, a little bit more, and I think we got it. And there's got to be enough on there now. So I'm just doing my own thing, my own way, and seeing. Let's do this one this way so that you can kind of see it. Here we go. Looks flat, and just run it right down. Aha! Now look at that. All right, never give up. Never give up. My paper shifted slightly, but I'm going to say that's a success. All right, I solved the problem. I will be back now and do what I said I was going to do. Go over how they want you to turn this into a card. Okay, so I would say that was a success. That one came out super nice, just laying the dough on the top. So if you have this and you're watching this video, that does work. And then let's see. And remember, this one came out okay. This is one of the first ones I did with that dough. The balloons, I believe I did by hand also. So overall, what do you think? All right, so what do they recommend? All right, to dry the print flat, place a light weight on top. So you probably put something on top and then let it sit, but I kind of like the texture on that. Or stick the corners down until the dough is dry. And then you could use your Play-Doh prints to make personalized cards or pictures. So they kind of show it. Here's a piece of like a card, and they stick it down with those sticky dots of Play-Doh to the front of a card and then draw on it and decorate it. And they also show it, you know, a diorama. A diorama box kind of thing here. In the picture here, which I didn't notice when I first made the video. And then there's also a hanging mobile. All right. So what do you say? I'm going to say it was still a success. I got a final product. I figured out how to make it work for this situation here. And overall, it was fun. A little frustrating, but you know, that's why you work through things slowly and try to figure it out. It is the Play-Doh printer. So the next one is going to be the skillet. So look forward to that video coming up, and thanks for watching. If you want to see more Play-Doh videos, look in that description. I'll have a playlist link there. As always, you can search Lucky Penny Shop. And did you like my designs? Let me know in the comments. I'm sticking with the dinosaur or the singer. It's just neat the way the little stars came out. And look at the dimension. So now it's just going to dry like that. And maybe in the skillet one, I'll keep these and come back and I'll just show them real quick there so you can see how they dry. And thanks for watching. Later. If you're looking for the item you just saw in the video, click here. Watch more videos by clicking here. Don't forget to share on social media and give a thumbs up.
Hey, LPS-Dave.
What's up, Butch?
Make sure they don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, please click here to subscribe to Lucky Penny Shop. And always remember, when you see a lucky penny,
pick it up.
Thanks for watching.